Right then, with the 2023 UCI Mountain Bike Enduro World Series coming to an end, I find myself in Finale Ligure, where I'm catching up with none other than Morgane Charre after an incredible 2023 season. Morgane, good to see you. You all right?
Yeah, I'm pretty good. Yeah, enjoying the off-season.
I bet. It's been a little while since we've caught up. At the end of 2022, I think you were just off the back of a Trophy of Nations win with Team France.
Yeah. In Finale as well.
In Finale as well. We're sort of a year on and we're back.
Yeah.
So how have you been? How's things?
Oh, yeah, it's been good. I had a good 2023 season and now a bit of time off to enjoy riding at home and just no pressure now and a bit more time before the next season.
Right, because it's been about a month, hasn't it, since the last race, which we'll sort of catch up on in a bit. We won't jump the gun just yet, but let's sort of rewind before the first race of this season. Second overall in 22. Obviously pretty stoked. That's a hell of a result. How are you feeling coming into the 2023 season?
I think the start of the season, it's always a big question mark because you never know your winter preparation, how it obviously you know how you feel, but you don't know how the other competitors are. So yeah, I feel like every first year of the season, I'm am I gonna be good enough? Where I'm gonna be? Yeah.
How hard have you trained hard enough? What's everyone else been doing, right?
Yeah, exactly. And then last year it started really early. The season it started in March.
Yes.
And for me, I live in the Alps, so the winter is maybe a bit more skiing, a bit harder to ride. I had to make some arrangement. I went to New Zealand for 2 weeks before the first race.
With Eddie and Matt and that, I guess.
Yeah, all the team was there pretty much.
Oh,
so
cool.
Yeah, it was really good to ride a lot, do some laps with the gondola, and get ready for
get up to speed.
Yeah.
Let's look at that first race, sort of Medina. You came out swinging second at the first race. You got to be pleased. It's a good solid start, right?
Yeah. It's always a relief when the first race goes well. It's I've done the work and we're good. Yeah.
stress
For
over.
Sure.
Is that a thing? So it's really nerve-wracking. I know from racing to that first race, right? And once you get that first one kind of out the way and with a good result, you're okay. That's a good start. We can take it easy. Well, not take it easy, but we got the rest of the season now.
Yeah.
I don't have to stress about smashing every round, sort of thing.
Yeah, you're at least I've done the work and I'm prepared and it's going well. The bike is good. Everything's fine. And Medina was so fun as well. It was a new venue for me. And all the tracks were amazing. And it was a great weekend.
And obviously you remained on the same team, the Pivot Factory Racing team. There was, happy with the setup, obviously, there was no need to change. Were there any were there any offers to change, from 22 to 23?
I think I had a few discussions, but not really, because quite early in the season, so my contract was ending at the end of 2022, but quite early in the season, I talked with Pivot and I was I'm really happy with the team and the bike and the setup, and I want to stay, and they were also happy with me and what I was doing. So we kind of talked about it really early. And I asked for a 3 years contract again. So I'm pretty. But
that's
happy.
just good stability, right? You don't have to worry. Yeah. You know what's coming. You can just focus on riding.
Yeah, and when something is good, you don't need to change.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
Exactly.
Nice. Well, fast forward, we had Derby was the next round, 5th place there. Pleased with that or a little off the pace, do you think?
I wasn't so happy about my result there. The day was, struggled a little bit. It was harder to get the speed in Derby. I feel it rained a lot during practice, so even for the race, it was still a bit soft, the ground, so it was pretty hard to get going. And then I had a small mechanical. It wasn't too bad, but I think it didn't help me during a few stages. So, but then, 5th isn't too bad, but...
Well, your worst result of the season, I say worst result, 5th is still amazing.
Yeah.
Because from then we fast forward on to coming back over to Europe and we had Finale where you won. First win of the season, then into Leergang, which was a new one, right? Like not race there, but again, a strong third place. And at this point, it's obviously starting to tighten up between, you and Isabeau. And it's looking pretty close, right?
Yeah. So after after Derby, I was actually 5th overall.
Okay.
Because it was all so tight with the points. So I wasn't super happy about it before Pietras. But then we had 2 months pretty much before Pietras, so I could also train maybe on some weak points and get ready for the European round. And then I had a good really good block with Pietra, Leogang, and Canada. So.
Yes, I was going to move on. Yeah, so then obviously, we had back-to-back second places as well. Moving through the season, Ludenviel, Val d'Affasa. It's obviously really, it was very tight, meaning it was all going to come down to the last round, really.
Yeah.
I mean, how did that feel? Was it stressful? Were you coming in how do you handle those nerves?
I think it would be more stressful if I was in Isabeau's position, because you have pretty much everything to lose. Yeah. And I was second, so I was just I just do my best, and then we'll see if it's enough. And then, so before Ludenviel, I was I really need to win this one if I want to be really in the game for the overall. And then I got second. Isabeau had a really strong race in Ludenviel, so I was it's gonna...
God damn it!
Yeah,
come on.
Really hard.
But the thing is, you guys are good friends, though, right?
Oh, yeah, really good friends.
You share the same trainer, so although there's obviously a rivalry between you two, at the same time, I've seen you guys through the years racing, and you're obviously really supportive. You're good friends off the track, well, on and off the track. But, she was leading you out. It was really tight coming into the final race in Châtel. And again, so moving into Châtel, brand new race for you all. Did you know what to expect? I mean, I'm sure you'd ridden Châtel before.
Actually, I think it had been maybe 8 years since I've been in Châtel, so I went one day this last summer before the race to kind of check it out. But it was quite hard to know what to expect, because it's a lot of bike park in Châtel. And then actually for the race, they managed to do some really nice and natural stages. It was a really good race.
Okay. So before we do move on to just how it was building up in Châtel, I'm kind of intrigued. This was the first year under the UCI. The series has obviously changed as we know it, and certainly from when I raced it. What was your feeling on how the races were going so far, and maybe feelings from other riders? It's a bit of an unknown, right?
Yeah, so for us, I guess the organizers stayed the same. It felt quite similar for the first rounds, because it was only the Enduro there in Maïdena and Derby. But then I think the most shocking races was Leogang, because there was downhill, cross country, and Enduro. And that didn't feel great, because we ended up racing on a Thursday, like
a midweek race.
Yeah, midweek. No one knew what was going on,
yeah.
And we didn't have a lot of coverage, I feel like, and
not quite included.
Yeah, exactly. The pits were quite far away.
Yeah.
So I think that was a down point of the season. But otherwise it felt pretty good. Didn't feel like a big change for the races.
That's
the
cool.
Format and everything was quite similar. We didn't have the pro stage this year compared to last year.
Yeah.
So a bit less racing, but I think that was pretty good.
Do you miss the pro stage? I just thought the pro stage was quite cool.
I didn't really like it.
You're not fond of it?
I don't know. I think it was a lot of waiting for just one run.
Right.
It was a long day. We had trainings in the morning and then the long wait before the race run. So it was a bit dragging, But I would rather have maybe a day and a half of racing or even 2 days of racing. But I don't know. Okay. I'm happy with anything.
Would you like to see, out of interest then, obviously, it started to, when I stopped racing, it started to change into the one-day stuff. Mm-hmm. But when back in the day, do you remember the big 2 days of practice, 2 days at monster races?
That was massive.
It's tough, wasn't it?
Yeah,
That was really gnarly those days.
Yeah, so that was like kind of my first enduro races because I just started in I think I did my first one at the end of 2017.
Yeah, so it'd been like 18.
Yeah, and that race was just like massive. I remember having cramps on the Sunday morning before we started. And I told that there was Anneke Bertin.
Yeah.
She was starting just before me, and I was like, oh, my legs are so sore.
You're like, I'm dead, I'm dying.
We haven't even started the day. I was like, I know.
But that's what it was like though, right?
Yeah, it was like a challenge.
Do you like, I think even at that race, didn't we have to ride up to NATO base maybe?
Yeah.
It was one of them, we had to ride up to which is, for anyone out there who doesn't know, NATO base is about a 1,000-metre climb, which to do on an enduro bike to start the day was horrendous.
Yeah, we had that, I think, two years ago. But then that was only one day racing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like massive days.
Yeah.
And 4 days in a row, pretty much.
Yeah, it was.
Training,
so you'd be like
and the race.
40k days, just back to back. Oh, okay, yeah. So not missing those too much.
I kind of liked it. I think it would be great if we could have a mix during the season, like 2 days racing and then 1 day racing.
Bring back old school enduro. I'd like to see. I wouldn't, I wouldn't say no to seeing that.
Miss it. Yeah.
I think it'd be a shock to some riders out there.
Oh yeah, for sure.
They would like some of the new school who've never done that. They'd be like, "Holy moly, where's this come from?"
It's hard, but then it's enduro.
Yeah, I reckon. Okay.
But then this year we also had some big days, but just 1 day.
Yeah, single
And then
days.
for trainings we can sometimes do some shuttles and everything, so it's not as hard. Yeah.
Okay, I've digressed. But so let's jump back to finale present day, where we are right now, and talk about the final round of this, this year's series.
Yeah.
Back to Chazelle. It's super close between you and Isabeau. And it's literally down to I can't remember how many points it was, but there was not a lot of points in it, right?
Yeah,
it was down to the last race.
Too many. I think she had to, if I won the race, she had to be maybe 4th or 5th.
Okay, which,
And she's pretty consistent.
She is, but it's doable.
Yeah, it was doable. So I was like, you know what? I can't control what she's going to do. So I'm just going to focus on me, try to win the race, do as good as I can, and then we'll see.
Let fate decide the rest.
Yeah, exactly.
And you went and won it though. So that's you went and won it. Unfortunately, Isabeau did get better than 4th place because she is so damn consistent.
Yeah.
Which meant, second in the overall again is still an incredible result. Honestly, were you a bit gutted? Were you disappointed? Were you pleased? What were you feeling after that?
I think, just after the race, I was just so happy because it was such a fun day. We were really close all day with Isabeau. We even did on one stage we had exactly the same time.
No.
Yeah, I've never seen that before.
Which over an enduro stage is.
Yeah, it was quite a long one as well. And 0.000. It was
no
exactly
way.
the same.
It was literally the same. Unless you split it to a squillionth of a second.
Yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, it was just so fun, and I really enjoyed the track. I felt good on the bike, riding well, and I had a lot of my friends and my parents were there, so it was just a really good atmosphere, good day. So I was just super happy to finish the season with a win. And then I guess a few days later I was like, it's another second enduro.
Sugar, come on. You're really?
3 years in a row.
Yeah, I wasn't going to say that stat. That was on you.
Yeah.
I didn't want to bring that one up.
Which is good. It's better
it's
than...
motivating, I bet.
Yeah, it's better than not being on a podium.
It's better than 3rd.
But then, I kind of want to win.
Yeah, you want... God. Yeah. Okay, so moving on to 2024, we've got the UCI obviously still running the show. We kind of already answered what was written down as my first question, still on pivot.
Yeah.
Any changes kind of going on there though? Or is it like we said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, carry on?
Yeah, I think not many changes. It's pretty good. I think the setup in the team, the riders, we all signed at the end of last year, I think. So
same team? Yeah.
Same team as far as I know. And then same bike, pretty much the same sponsors, I think.
Oh, cool.
So
same.
Yeah, same. I keep going with my trainer as well. Nico, I've been training with him for 4 years now. So
it's working.
Yeah, it's working. I love working with him, so it's exactly.
And we were chatting earlier. Since the season has ended, you've just kind of taken the last month just chilling and stuff like that. When's training and like getting down to business, should we say? Like, when does that kick in for you?
Yeah, so I think these last few weeks I've been still riding quite a lot, but just for fun, like no like structure, like program or anything. Just riding for fun, and then I'm gonna try to take 2 weeks off, like really like not much riding. Yeah.
Okay.
Which is pretty hard for me.
Yeah, because you live in the mountains as well, right? It's like even tougher.
Yeah, I get crazy when I don't.
Yeah, you get all fidgety.
Yeah. So we'll see, maybe 10 days at the start of November, so like next week. And then from like 15th of November, we're gonna start like with the program as well again. Yeah.
That's interesting because obviously 24's dates and venues have been released.
Yeah.
Thoughts? Because I know there's been some mixed feelings out there on it. So I'd be, from a racer's point of view, I'd be interested to get what you think.
Yeah. So we've got 6 rounds next year. This year we had 7 rounds, and the year before I think 8. So yeah, I wish we had more racing.
Really? You do wish there was more rounds?
Yeah, a bit more, like maybe not 15, but 8. I think 8 is good, like, because we train so much, we spend so much time getting ready for the season, and then six races, it goes pretty quick. But then we might have World Champs, which is one more race, maybe a Trophy of Nations.
And it's something we've never really had as well.
Yeah.
Never had a World Champs potentially.
Yeah, so that's really exciting.
Okay. And the venues?
The venues, we got 2 new venues, which is good.
It's obviously very Euro-focused,
or
entirely Euro-focused.
Yeah, totally. So, for me, I guess it's good. It's like less traveling.
Yeah.
But I feel bad for like
the rest of your team.
Yeah, the rest of my team for sure. And even more if you're like just starting the World Cups, if you're like a privateer or something from America or like Australia or something. It's such a big commitment to come to Europe and spend like so much money and time, come here to race. And I feel like I remember when I started with the World Cups, it was also in Europe. Like I did my first one in downhill in Leogang in Austria, and it felt like a big commitment. It's like
big time.
It felt like a lot of money when you're like 18 or 20. And I don't know if I would have done it if it was in America, it's like even more.
That's it, 'cause you got to have like a good bit of help and support now to do it.
Yeah,
I don't think you can do it like on a shoestring as much anymore. I think it's trickier to do that.
Yeah, so it's pretty,
And like if you want to race this now, I suppose you're, from our friends across the pond, they got to commit to basically all summer in Europe.
Yeah, exactly. And it's still quite big gaps, or at least, I guess they could do like May and June, and then maybe miss the last one, which is,
But Poland's on there.
Poland,
ever ridden in Poland? I can't say I have. You never been? No, I haven't either.
I've never been, but I heard it's pretty good. We've got, some people from Leat who told us about the venue, and they said it was amazing to ride.
Yeah.
And like, so I'm excited to see like a new country for me and a new venue. And also there is a race in Auxjack in Switzerland.
That's it, the Swiss round.
And I've never been to, but it's I saw some photos with the big like clashes and
So that's quite interesting actually. So although it's a Euro kind of based series at the Mo, 2 new venues. I think that's going to have a lot of riders at least pretty excited. 1 completely new country. And I think, do you know what, that sort of area of the world, it's never had a World Cup in before. Of any kind of discipline. So I think it'll be really exciting to see how that goes down out there. And I think it's a bit of an untapped area, I reckon. Yeah,
exactly. And not many people go to ride in Poland. It's not like a famous resort or anything yet. And maybe it's going to be like in the next few years, it's going to be like finale.
Like the new Madeira or something. Like Madeira was so quiet before and then it started having the EWS races and now everyone's thinking of Madeira and stuff as a destination. Might be the same.
Yes, exciting.
All right, I'm excited to see what 2024 holds for you. Look, thank you very much for catching up with us. All the best for 24, and I'm sure we'll see you next season.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Morgane, pleasure. Thank you very much.